What's up YouTube? Welcome to my first video of 2019. I'm super excited, super pumped to talk to you about this little detail that I discovered in Bandersnatch. Bandersnatch, if you haven't watched Bandersnatch yet, you should go and watch it. It is this Black Mirror episode that you can only watch on Netflix. It's an episode that lets you choose between two different choices at various points in the episode, and the ending of the episode will depend on the choices that you make. So it's very interesting. I just tried it, but there's this one little detail that I want to talk about that I suspect most people don't really care, but I think that you guys do. But I want to warn you guys first that this video may contain some spoilers. So if you have not watched Bandersnatch yet, my suggestion is that you pause this video, watch Bandersnatch, and then come back, okay? But if you're good here, what I want to talk about is this Sony cassette player that Stefan was using on the bus. This is called the Sony Walkman TPS-L2 cassette tape player. It is iconic for being the first truly portable music player that took the world by storm. It is just as iconic for the 1980s as the iPod was for the early 2000s. And it's for that reason that film producers like to use it as a prop to help them flesh out the 1980s. The biggest and most recent example is the Guardians of the Galaxy films. But did you know that it was actually released in 1979? Yep, it was first released in Japan in 1979. And in 1980 it was released in the US and in Europe. And back then it was selling for like, what, $150 US, which if you convert it in today's terms, it's about $500 US. And its price point is one of the main reasons why it was so popular back then. There simply wasn't another cassette tape player that was as portable yet as affordable. In my whole life, I've only come across this player like once in person, and that was during an event. One of the Sony engineers who worked on the Walkman project brought an actual Walkman TPS-L2 to the event, and he simply just passed it around.
So this is the world first personal audio player called Walkman, produced by Sony.
And for the first time ever, I got to touch the Walkman myself. I got to play with its buttons. It was about this big, which isn't very small by today's standards, but back then it was already super small. It also came with the original headphones, but sad to say, the player wasn't in working condition, so we couldn't try it. But I had a good sense of how it works because I've owned a cassette tape player before long ago. This one took 2 AA batteries. It had the standard reverse, fast forward, play, stop and eject button, but it's got some features which were quite unique for its time. For example, 2 headphone jacks so that you can listen to your music with a friend with independent volume controls. And there's also a big orange button on top of it. Now, that is called the hotline button. Assuming you're on a train and you're listening to your music, but you're afraid that you'll miss the train announcements, when you press on that button, a microphone on the cassette player will relay ambient sounds to your headphones. If you think that sounds very familiar, yes, that is basically ambient sound pass-through mode. I can't believe that even back then they already had such a feature, and I thought ambient sound pass-through is a new thing that came about with noise-cancelling headphones. So indeed, the Sony TPS-L2 Walkman is an iconic piece of tech, and I'm so glad that I had a chance to share this with you guys. In this next part of the video, I want to talk to you about this Bandersnatch plot point, which I feel is probably a plot hole, but I don't really know for sure, so I'm going to tell you, and you guys tell me what you think, okay? Tell me what you think in the comment section. So you have Stefan lashing out at his father takes him to the doctor, but he ends up following Colin instead. Colin is his idol, so to speak. Stefan then does drugs with Colin and sees Colin jump off a building, killing himself. After a sequence of events, we discover that Colin is alive. So was it a hallucination, or is this a giant plot hole? To be honest, I'm not 100% sure if this is an actual plot hole, or maybe I'm just confused. So if you guys could help me out here, tell me in the comment section below whether you think this is a plot hole or whether I'm just missing out on something. Alright, it'd be great if you could help. But to be honest, I thoroughly enjoyed watching Bandersnatch, having multiple choices, multiple endings. You know, it just brings me back to the early days when I would just go to the library and pick out one of those choose your own adventure books, and then I would pore over them for days on end. And it's also one of the reasons why I enjoy RPG games like The Witcher 3 and more recently Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Most of you may not know this, but I also have a gaming channel on Twitch. Now my tag on Twitch is Bob Chan, so I deeply appreciate it if you can follow me there if you like to watch gaming streams and such. So I think I'm going to end this video right here. Thank you guys for watching, and if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and share this video with your friends. Subscribe to his channel if you haven't already, and remember to ring the bell to join my notification squad because I upload videos every single week, and this is the only way you'll get notified. So once again, my name is Aaron, and I'll see you again in the next video.